Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Simon Says. I'm your host Simon Oma, and today, actually, I'm Uryu Ishida, the last of the Quincy's, and I'll be taking over this segment of Simon Says. We're going to be talking about the occasion that I went as Uryu for the a really awesome Anime North convention in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, that I went to this weekend with Minnevolved, and we had a really, really, really awesome time. It was so good. So I'm going to just be talking about all the fun details about the convention. And my experiences with it, like what we did, how it went, just all the good fun stuff. So it's going to be a bit of a longer video, but it was so much fun. It was so good. So first off, we of course went to see Derek Stephen Prince, who was mainly the reason why I went to the convention in the first place, since it's kind of a little far for me to get out to, but it was so totally worth it. So, yeah, we went to go see Derek Stephen Prince. He wasn't quite there right away, but when he was, and we went up to him, he just shouts out, "Simon!" Like just like cheers for me, because I'm pretty, do a lot of talking in his community, and I've talked to him quite a bit for messages and stuff, so he knows who I am, and he just recognized me and cheered my name when we went up there to meet him. So went to get him to, of course, sign my audiobook of Simon Says that he narrated. So we went up to him, talked to him a little bit because he recognized me, and when we pulled out the book, he's like, "Oh wow, I haven't even seen this yet. Can I open it up and take more of a closer look at it?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course." He was, of course I didn't mind him doing that, because I wanted him to sign it, which he was totally awesome and cool about doing for me. So yeah, he was really excited to see the book and really happy about it, since he said he hadn't seen it before, which is a little surprising, but and unfortunate. He also said he didn't have one himself, and I just happened to have two of them, so I mentioned it to him that I had an extra copy, and if he wanted it, he could have it. Yeah, he was really happy, and I think he was pretty touched about it. So I was able to also gift him a copy of the book, as well as having him sign mine, which, pretty awesome. So he signed the book for me, and it's yeah, so where should I put this? Your name's on it, just put it right there. Put it anywhere. And he's he knows I have difficulty seeing, so from how I talked to him quite a bit. So he's yeah, what color do you want? Yeah, I don't know, just something good that'll stand out. So he he's yeah, yellow, it's the color of the title and stuff. He just writes it big and yellow in the center for me, right in the middle of the book. So he signs the book, and I also got a picture with him. So I was yeah, okay, so we're doing this with the book, right? Yeah, so we're gonna take the picture with the book, and we're gonna do this, and just hops up, and he's yeah, hey Minnie, get in the picture too. We'll have a Steve sandwich. It was so funny and so great. So you see in that picture here now, that we took with him, and oh, he's just so happy and he's so excitable, and oh man, it's so great. Really great experience. Talked to him like a little bit more, just like, mentioning to him that I am Uryu in his school uniform. When he first meets Ichigo and challenges him. So he's like, oh yeah, like okay. And then he like took my hand in his and said like it was really good to meet me, and like, oh, so nice, so nice of him. He's a very sweet man. Then we headed off for the day after having a little chat with him, and getting all that done. That was a really sweet highlight of the convention, obviously. Oh, it was just so great to meet him. He's such a great guy and so nice. It was really, really sweet of him to, take the time to do all that for us, and meet him. And so we said goodbye to him for that part of the con, and thanked him for everything. And, oh, it was just great. After that, we went walking around a lot, looking around the vendor room. It was, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of people. Didn't exactly find what I was looking for. I wanted to find some Ryu stuff. Maybe some Danganronpa, which there was a little bit, but not exactly super into it. There wasn't any Kokichi, unfortunately. We did check out quite a few panels. Minnie was like a really great champ in helping getting us around, like following maps that I printed out, and she did great finding all the places we had checked off as maybe points of interest to take a look around at. We found a couple, like some Pokemon plushies that we looked around at. I found a Trico for her, and she also saw a Sprigatito that she got, which you are seeing some pictures of those. We also went to a stall that was selling like some Pride stuff that Minnie had a couple things of that you can see some pictures here of those. Yeah, that was a lot. We needed a bit of a break from that, so we went to sit for a bit and got some lunch. After lunch, we went to a panel on asexual and aromantic representation in like manga and anime and stuff, and it was pretty informative, not bad. Minnie enjoyed it and was interested in that. They talked about some like the history of it, and then like talked about characters in like the manga and anime that were like asexual or like LGBTQ plus kind of stuff. That was pretty interesting. We had some good recommendations in there. I don't really remember all of them, unfortunately. But yeah, after that we went to see Steve again at his panel, which was pretty cool. He was talking about the voice acting business and some tips and advice on getting into that, but I'm not going to talk about that too much since it was a more private thing. There was some talk about Kokichi that I have heard Steve say before, like in his streams and on my cameo video that I have of him, that if he knew the things he did about Kokichi, like when he was recording the character, he probably would have recorded him a little differently to what he had ended up in the game. So that's an interesting little tidbit, because he knows all about Kokichi and how he is, evil, but he's really just pretending to be evil, because, we know Kokichi. And it's talking about voice acting. He was taking questions from the audience, so he wasn't just rambling the whole time. And at one point, I was able to ask him a question myself. He called on me by my name, Simon, which was, you know, pretty helpful because I would not have been able to see him point at me. So, you know, it's good that he actually knows my name. So I asked him if he could talk about his experience with recording the audiobook compared to recording for animation. And so he he starts talking about it a bit, like introducing the book, and that you can find it on Audible and stuff. And then he's like, "Oh, hey Simon, do you have the book with you? Can you take it out and just show it up to everybody?" So, did that. Showed off the audiobook during his panel, which was pretty cool. After that, we had about an hour left after we left the panel. We decided to, go back and see Steve again, because Minnie had thought that when we were there before, she had seen that he had his prints with him, but wasn't entirely sure, so we thought we'd go back and check that a bit, because he was going to be back there doing some more signing. On our way over there, walking around and looking for where we were going, just walking around a little bit, because he wasn't back right away. He said he'd be back a bit later, or there was a note he'd be back a bit later, so we went over. He wasn't quite there yet. There was a note he'd be back a bit later, so we decided to maybe just walk around a little bit until he got back. So we walked around a bit, and then I'd heard someone call out to me and say "Hey Simon." Turned out someone from the panel just was walking by and stopped us, and he's "Yeah, hey Simon, thanks for asking your question and sharing about the audiobook. I'm a huge fan too, and of Derek Stephen Prince and stuff, and they appreciated that." So that actually was pretty great, since I talking about the book to help get it out there and stuff, because I don't think a lot of people know about the Simon Says audiobook, and I really love it for reasons I've talked about here before in my review for the book. So we went back to see Steve. He still wasn't quite back yet, but the staff was since we asked if there was prints, and they said that, yeah, there were the prints there. So they're he's not here. As long as you don't touch them, if you need to go get a closer look, you can just go up there and check out the prints. So we looked through them. Of course, right away I spot the Kokichi one that I have, just front and center, and Fuyuhiko next to him. And I pointed out a few of the other ones to Minnie that I've recognized off his shop and knew what they were, his Digimon prints. I saw the Uryu print from Bleach, of the other ones, and Minnie happened upon the Golden Frieza, since Steve voices Frieza in Dragon Ball Super, the Bang Zoom dub. So that really drew Minnie's attention, and decided to go for that one. So we were first in line to see Steve again that time, and he got back, cutting it pretty close, but, it was great that he, came back for the fans who wanted to get autographs, since there was a few in the line as well. Went back to him, we're sorry, yeah, we were, came back, because, we saw prints, wanted to get some, and, he's yeah, okay, what, do you know what prints you want? Yeah, Uryu and Frieza, since I wanted Uryu, since I had been trying to find merch of him throughout the day, but that was very, very hard. I didn't really find anything, and I needed an Uryu as a souvenir to come back with. So he's yeah, okay, he just fixed out a color for me. It looks like he used blue on it. For Uryu, I was yeah, could you add a quote to it for Uryu? So he so yeah, you have a quote in mind, and I asked him to write. So I asked him to write, "I am the last of the Quincy's," and he like double checked that's what I wanted. I said, "Yes, please," and that Minnie said was adorable. So he wrote that one out for me. Just a photo of that here while I've been talking about it. And the nice blueprint to Simon, "I'm the last of the Quincy's." Very nice print, by the way. And he starts doing Frieza for Minnie. And he's like, is there a quote you want to, Minnie? She's like, no. So he's like, okay, do you have his choice then? And she's like, yeah, okay. So he writes up a quote for Minnie. Picture of it here. I believe it says, like, "Too many sane monkey will kneel before me," or something like that. I think that's what it says. I don't quite remember Minnie's quote. So yeah, he wrote it out in gold for Minnie, and he's like writing it. I'm like, yeah, like, we might not be able to see it, so would you mind like reading it out for us? And yeah, he like shows it off to Minnie, and he's like, okay, so you have like the full effect, Minnie. And then he just like does the quote like in full Frieza acting voice, just screaming at Minnie, like gave her chills. And it was just so good that he like did the line for her, and like the actual voice and everything, just put us all into it, and was just like, oh, it's so good. Like that was clearly the highlight for Minnie. Very, very awesome and amazing of him. And like as we were leaving, I asked if he could give me a Kokichi laugh as we were going, and he did the for me. So yeah, we said goodbye and thanked him for everything, and we headed out, and that was our day at the convention. So great meeting Steve. He said he was like so happy to meet me and everything, and he was just so excited to see me clearly. Like, I was so good. I did not oh man, it's just an amazing day all around. Like him calling me Simon, just like holding my hand or taking my hand, getting the picture with him and everything, like, and giving him the audiobooks. He didn't have one. I had 2 of them, and getting it signed, which there is a picture here. Picture here of the book, which is a great read. I mean, I mainly did go to the convention to meet him and have him sign the audiobook for me. So yeah, another Simon Says video where I talk about the audiobook Simon Says. I, totally did not intend for to keep coming up in these. It just seems to happen. Or like Kokichi, or talk about Derek Stephen Prince and all of these, but I'm a huge fan of him. It's been great getting to know everybody in his community, and seeing him at the convention and meeting him there was so much fun. He's such a great guy. And again, thank you so much for, signing everything and chatting with us and just making it a really awesome day. It was so great to meet you, Steve. I don't know if you're watching this, but if you are, if you are, thank you so much. Minnie and I had an amazing time, and I hope that you all enjoyed watching this video and hearing about how our convention trip went. Socials down in the bottom in the description. Please, check out Minnie, check out Steve if you can. And yeah, I'm Uryu Ishida in this cosplay that I wore to the convention. on my great day there, and I'll hope you all have a wonderful day yourselves, and I will see you next time. Bye.